The Giants broke out the bats last night with a much-needed offensive outburst, knocking extra base hits all over the yard. And now the challenge is to keep things rolling, keep the line moving, and most importantly, keep picking up wins. Game 2 of the series, Giants-Reds, and it's coming up next. Tuesday night baseball here at AT&T Park as our fans file in and we get ready for game 2 of this 3-game series, Reds Giants. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, a nice win last night. Chris Stratton, well, what do? You got to win. And they're looking for the same thing out of Ty Blach.
Well, Ty Blach, you think about what he's done. With Madison Bumgarner down, Ty Blach has been the most effective starter for the Giants. Now, I know in his last outing he went 4 1/3, gave up 5, but his previous 4 starts, his ERA was 2.92. And he'll look to take last night's momentum in a great offensive game from the Giants and take the ball, knowing his team can score runs and keep this win streak going. They're having fun. They're glad they're home. And right now, Ty Blach is the man.
And they're in this race in the National League West. All right, stay tuned. We'll take you to Willie Mays Plaza. That's right. That's where the fellas are. Willie Mays Plaza for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family. Only at Jack in the Box.
Giants fans excited because their team took game 1 from a red-hot Cincinnati last night. Can they do it again? They're getting ready for game 2 of this 3-game series with the Reds. Welcome back to our broadcast, everybody. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and no doubt about it, your San Francisco Giants, they have been hit by the injury bug. Currently 8 players residing on the disabled list. Second base hit very hard with Joe Panik and Alan Hansen both injured, but that means Kelby Tomlinson is going to get some very regular playing time, and he came up big last night, turning 2 double plays. It's our Smart Play of the Day, brought to you by your California Ford dealers. I talked to Kelby last night and asked him how he handles the pressure of being a bench player knowing he doesn't have room for error. And he said this season, the role players, they're a great group. They hold each other accountable and they know how to be prepared. He also credited veteran Nick Hundley with setting the tone on how to be focused and how to get the job done. Tommy Ball is happening tonight, as Bruce Bochy likes to call it. He's playing second base, batting 8th. Lineups, first pitch, Krukenkeit have the call. It's all coming your way. Stay with us.
By the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. 60 degrees. You see the winds and humidity, and it is partly cloudy. It is a nice chilly night. Here's a lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. It's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Peraza, Winker, and then Eugenio Suarez, followed by Jeanette, and then the former Giant Adam Duvall hit a home run last night. Chevler, Cruz, and Mahle, followed by Billy Hamilton, who's going to hit in the 9th spot.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the left-hander, Ty Blach. Ty Blach in his second year at the big league level, 6'1", 215-pounder. And he is out of Denver, Colorado. Take a look at what he has done. This will be start number 10. His last outing a little rocky, but prior to that, his 4 prior starts, he had a 2.92 ERA on those 4 starts. How's he get you out? Well, he has to move that ball around. You're going to see a low 90s fastball that has a natural cut to it. Likes to pitch into righties. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. He'll throw any time. Works quick, fields his position well. And that will fare well tonight with the guy who's calling balls and strikes. That's Joe West. He likes fast workers. Let's take a look at the defense behind Ty Blach tonight. Starting the Giants outfield from left to right, it'll be Blanco, Jackson, and McCutcheon. Best arm with McCutcheon. Crawford, Longoria on the left side. Tomlinson, Bell on the right side. Buster Posey. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And the first pitch of the ball game is down low. 1 ball and no strikes. So we get started right on time, as we usually do. In tight to Peraza, who in the game last night went 1 for 5. 2 balls and no strikes. Jesse Winker to follow. And Joe West says, all right, there's a strike.
Joe West, a low ball umpire, and his corners can breathe. I mean, they can be very tight, and they can really loosen up. But he likes the low pitch.
Up the middle, slowed down by Blach to Tomlinson to first. And that's how this game gets started. 1-4-3 on the putout. And here's Jesse Winker. Winker led off last night and went 2 for 5. Some of these young players for the Reds last night we saw for the first time, and this is one of them. And the pitch. And tight, 1 ball and no strikes.
Ty Blach will pitch inside to righties and lefties. It's one of his strengths.
Swinging a foul back. Nice play by someone in the club level. On deck is Eugenio Suarez, and the pitch. And it's low to Winker. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the fan catch.
Let's see what we got in the stands today. Oh, relax. That's an old player right there.
Basket catch.
Saw a pair of hands.
Oh, yeah. 3-1.
And it found a good home.
That is a good home. Out of play, 3-2.
Winker's got good speed. Gaps here, especially left center, right center. That's a triple opportunity for him.
Blach can't get it. Can Tomlinson? He's going to have to hurry. And he does. Nice play.
There was nothing easy about it.
Good thing Tomlinson was loose.
Well, let's take a look at specs. I think he kind of half expected Blach to get this. A nice exchange as he had to go down low with the glove, come up to the belt on the exchange, and they get Winker by a half step.
Bringing Eugenio Suarez to the plate.
That'll get loosen you up.
Absolutely.
Let's go in specs.
Suarez last night took an 0 for 4. Just above the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just underway here at AT&T Park. The pitch. Down low. You can see Blach get it and go. Umpires like it, infielders like it, broadcasters like it. 3-1. We mentioned Joe West, Eddings, Foster, and Rippinger from first to third. And Suarez will take the walk. So that'll bring up Jeanette. Jeanette hitting .318, 6 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Giants slowed him down last night. He went 0 for 5. Outside, first time in a stretch for Block. 1 ball and no strikes. Jeanette has never faced Block before. The guy that's got some ownage on him is on deck. An old teammate, Adam Duvall.
Yeah, there's 2 bumps in the road historically in this lineup. Duvall definitely one of them. The other one, Billy Hamilton, hitting in the 9th spot. You're aware of that going into a game.
Out of play, 2 balls and 1 strike.
I mean, when you analyze a lineup that you're going to face as a pitcher, you look at who's hot coming into the series, but you also know in the back of your mind there could be a couple guys in there that have a 0 for 27 going. But if they've got good numbers against you, you respect them as if they were the hot guys in the lineup.
And a strike at the knees, 2-2.
Take a look at this pitch. It's our pitch cast brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. 2-1 paint from Ty Block.
Hit on the ground into right field, a base hit. So McCutcheon's going to throw behind Suarez, and Suarez just got back.
Well, Suarez was kind of caught a rock in a hard place. Do I stay? Should I go? He took a big turn around second base, and McCutcheon saw an opportunity. And getting back to the bag, it looked like Suarez really jammed his right ankle.
Yes, he did. He's trying to shake it off, and it's not working.
McCutcheon's been throwing the ball really well from the outfield. He may have to come out of this game.
Yeah, he's really dinged up right now.
Billy Hatcher, third base coach, coming out. There's Jim Riggleman, the skipper for the Reds. Well, he may stay in this game. I don't even think that's likely, but I would bet a paycheck he's not going to finish this game tonight.
Yeah. I would not take that bet. So a walk and a base hit. All right, he's walking it off. Here we go.
That's a guy who wants to stay in the game, no doubt. Problem is, I mean, it's going to stiffen up.
Yeah, it's 60 degrees, and the likelihood that that temperature is going to go up is not very good.
Right foot goes back, hits the bag, and he rolls his ankle.
Here's Duvall. Remember, Duvall has got some ownage and a swing in a minute. 3 for 6 with a home run. Now, if you're Billy Hatcher, I guess you have to take that in consideration on a base hit.
Yeah, you do. Billy Hatcher, the third base coach, even with a 2-out jump, a guy with a stiff ankle, I mean, do you send him?
Down low. Adam Duvall got in the game last night. Joey Votto left, and he went 2 for 2, and he hit a 3-run home run in the 9th inning. So Ty Block trying to wiggle out of this jam here in the first. 2 balls and a strike. On deck is Scott Schebler, who really had a good night last night. Schebler. On the ground to Crawford. Side retired. Blanco, McCutchen, Posey coming up. Blanco, McCutchen. You see Andrew McCutchen got hit number 1,500 last night. Posey, Belton, Longoria. Crawford will hit 6, and it's Jackson, Tomlinson, and Ty Block.
On the hill tonight for the Cincinnati Reds will be the 23-year-old right-hander Tyler Mahle. Mahle out of Westminster, California. This is what he has done in 8 starts. The Reds love this kid. 3-4, 3.86 ERA, and look at the strikeouts. 44 strikeouts against 15 walks. And how does he do it? Well, he's got a good fastball that he believes in, and you're going to see a lot of it. It'll go low to mid-90s. He 2 and 4 seams it, and he'll pitch high. He likes that chest-high fastball. Slider is his best specialty pitch, but he'll also throw a changeup, which they think is going to be a big part of his future. But he has really been their ace since the start of the year.
So Mahle to Blanco. And Blanco pops it third base side. Suarez moving over, and it's out of play. Blanco 1 for 5 last night. He struck out 3 times, so I'm sure he'd like to clean that up a little bit. In at third is Suarez. And it's a bit high. 268 with a home run. 5 runs batted in. And it's lined right at Duvall for out number 1.
Let's take a look at the Reds defensively, starting in the outfield from left to right. It's going to be Winker, Hamilton, and Schebler, best arm in center field, and it's a good one with Hamilton. Peraza, Suarez on the left side of the infield. Jeanette, Duvall on the right side. Tony Cruz, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs tonight.
Here's McCutchen hitting 259. And he takes a strike. 2 for 5 last night. Probably could have had a few more hits. He hit one out to 421 that was caught. Buster Posey to follow.
Mahle, a former 7th round pick, 2013 for the Reds. Reds draft a lot of pitchers out of high school. Tyler Mahle, one of those guys.
And in that Cincinnati area, they got some great high school players that come out of that area. 2-2 pitch. Nope, 3-2. And the payoff, here it is. Up the middle. Peraza spins and throws, and they got him.
That's the big leagues.
Nice play, 2 outs, and here's Posey.
2 good at bats for the Giants, and they've got nothing to show for it. Take a look at the 3-2 challenge. And McCutcheon going back up the middle. Peraza, 360s, knows he has to hurry. And with that great arm of his, guns down McCutcheon.
Here's Buster. Buster last night went 2 for 4. And he looks at a strike.
Mahle's got a little crossover step. That'll make a right-hander give a bit. Not an easy pickup because of that crossover.
Base hit. Right over Marty Foster.
Well, with Brandon Belt coming up to hit, he is our Coors Light refreshing finish. Last night, Belt hit a home run off of Austin Bryce in the 8th inning, his first home run in 18 games. Last time he did it, it was April 24th against Tanner Roark of the Nationals. And that's our Coors Light refreshing finish.
He hits them in bunches. That's the good news. Big swing and a miss. .297 with 7 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Overshift is on, and Belt takes high. Belt with 1 more RBI than Evan Longoria. This is going to reach the seats. It's 1-2. Remember, all these at bats for the Giants are the first time they've seen Tyler Mahle.
Well, this is really where a young pitcher has the advantage. He's got 4 pitches he can throw you, and he does average a strikeout an inning. And that pitch is right to the scouting report. You don't see many belt high strikes like that from Joe West. Doesn't mean you won't see him, but you don't see many.
And a good take to make it 3-2.
You get Joe West looking for strikes, I mean, you could stretch that strike zone out on both sides of the plate. But the key is you got to get him looking for him.
Posey goes. Belt fouls it out of play.
And the way you get an umpire to look for strikes is by throwing strike after strike. Pound that strike zone. Put a lot of pitches between the catcher's knees. Get that umpire looking for him.
Posey goes, swinging a foul. Buster's going to get a workout, and he knows it.
37 strikeouts with the fastball, the second most in the National League. And we mentioned, he's got 44 strikeouts, so 37 times he's killed you with that heater, and he likes to pitch up high across the letters.
Posey goes, swinging a foul. Buster goes back.
I mean, well, the one good thing for Posey is it's not the middle of summer in St. Louis on a Sunday game. So all these 3-2 sprints he's taking off on right now. I mean, I think he's equipped to handle it.
He's in shape. And the walk. That's a pitch. Consistently, nobody takes it more than Brandon Belt does.
And that's a great at bat. It's also the 20th pitch. He just shaves the top of the strike zone.
Here's Longoria. 2 for 5 for Longoria. And a strike. Longoria knocked in the first run of the game with a single in the game last night. Down the left field line. This is going to hang up there. Winker's on the move, and he's going to put it away. Giants strand a pair. It's 0-0.
So get on over to Mr. Pickles and get yourself a barbecue tri-tip sandwich.
Here in the second inning, it'll be Scott Schebler to lead things off. Schebler had a good game last night. 3 for 4. He knocked a run in. He scored 3 times. People might forget that he had 30 home runs last year. He's got 5 this year. He's got 16 runs batted in.
Well, he's got power to every field.
Flips this one foul down the left field line and out of play.
He is not to beat you long to the pull side of the field. I mean, he could flip it out to left center just as easy as he can down the right field line. He's got that kind of strength. Not a long arm swinger, very quick middle in.
And he hit him.
Well, he hit him in a 1-2 count.
All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, gentlemen, some updates. The Giants with a roster move today. They have called up Miguel Gomez. Go is here for some infield depth. They optioned Austin Slater back to AAA Sacramento. And a definite plan is in place for Madison Bumgarner. Now, he is going to throw bullpens the rest of this homestand. Tuesday in Houston, he's slated to face hitters. If that goes well, May 26th, he begins his rehab assignment with AAA Sacramento. Bruce Bochy guesstimating he's going to need 3 rehab starts before rejoining the team. Guys,
3, and Bumgarner will negotiate that.
Well, they're going to try and get him up to around 70 pitches, and then after he gets there, then they'll figure, all right, the next progressive step is to get up to 90, and why not take it at the big league level? So they are going to rush him along. And the point you make about his insistence is going to be a big part of him getting back quick.
Block falls behind 2-0 to Cruz, who's 1 for 9 on the season. Double play ball. Crawford to Tomlinson to Belt.
So a leadoff hit batsman is just sort of forgotten. And the one thing the Giants do so well is get that double play.
Yes, they do. Here's Mahle. Mahle on the year is 1 for 11, and he looks at a strike.
By the way, Kent, that double play, the 43rd that the Giants have turned this year, and that's #1 in the National League. You think that makes Jeff Kent happy?
Yeah. Absolutely. He's probably watching. I smiled the other day when Hundley said he and Posey talked about anybody that has a home run taken away by the Cars, they were going to get a chainsaw. Well, Kent suggested that about 15 years ago.
Yes, he did.
Crawford, Jackson, Tomlinson coming up.
Wrestle Rami last night. Brandon Crawford gets Joey Votto for the 3rd out at the top of the 1st on a nice play up the middle. The distance covered by Crawford, 71.67 feet, and the arm strength was 81.5 miles per hour. And that's how far Brandon Crawford would go for a Togo.
You could also see Joey Votto a little stiff as he was going down the line, and he later on left the game.
It's a back spasms. He is not in the lineup again tonight.
It'll be Crawford, Jackson, and Tomlinson. Crawford 2 for 4 last night with a couple of runs batted in. Mahle deals, and Crawford takes a strike. Austin Jackson to follow. Inning number 2. Off the plate to even the count.
The only thing Mahle really has shown a real good command of has been that fastball. Curveball, slider, and a changeup. They really haven't showed up yet.
1 and 2.
And there's that high fastball he likes to throw.
in tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
When you see a guy crossover, especially a 23-year-old pitcher, the crossover step that Mahle has, I mean, it cuts off power. He loses velocity with it, but he also picks up deception. You don't see it early. And the thing that you concern yourself with, if you're Danny Darwin, the pitching coach for the Reds, or Jim Riggleman, the manager, is he exposing himself to injury because of the crossover step? It is harder on your arm.
And a full count now to Crawford.
Hands drop way down, come up high. There's the crossover step. I mean, it looks like it's pretty direct from this angle at first base, but it's a good 18 inches from straight. That front leg, when you stop, I mean, that's your brake system.
And a line drive in the left center field. It's going to get by Winker. And Crawford has got a leadoff double.
That's great at bat.
Yeah, he's got it going right now.
Now, one thing he's picked up in the last 10 days is left field. Now, when you take it at bat to a 3-2 count, you fight off some fuzz, you wind up going opposite field gap. That's a great at bat. That puts him in the position of 15th on the all-time San Francisco history list with Matt Williams. And that's not a hanger. That's 92 mile an hour two-seam paint. The only way you beat that is getting that ball to the left center field side of the field. I love that at bat.
Here's Jackson. Outside to Jackson. Jackson fouls it out of play. He stays on that fastball. It's time for Lowe's whole team together. 7 doubles last night for the Giants, the most in the Major League game this season. Cubs, Blue Jays, and Tigers have done it. Last time 7 doubles versus the Reds was July of 2005. One and two, and the last time the Giants had 8 doubles in a game was last year in June against the Twins. One and two with Tomlinson on deck. And Jackson with a pop-up. And Peraza goes out and he makes the catch. Jackson will be unhappy with that at bat.
Well, he will be unhappy. Not a productive out. If you take a look at this gentleman right here, that is the violin virtuoso, Isaac Perlman. Here tonight, enjoying the game. Larry Bear in there with the Perlman family and friends. And if you haven't ever heard Mr. Perlman play the violin, it is heavenly. And it is inspiring because he's had to overcome a lot of physical defects. Very special man.
That's what I would say a violinist would look like. Tomlinson with a foul back. It's 0-2.
He tried. He was a prodigy at age 3, but they wouldn't let him into music school because he was too small. So he went home and basically taught himself. There he is. It's a genius.
Outside, 1-2.
So there they are. Larry Bear, you see, entertaining the crew. We salute you, sir. Not afraid of a camera either.
A little pop-up that's going to sail out of play. It remains 1-2. Easy, easy.
Oh, Easter egg hunt. Whoop. Hey, rugby starts in a week, pal. And in the end, yep. Don't wipe it on your shirt.
No. Yeah, do. Pickoff play, and they got him. Scooter Gennett sneaks in behind Crawford. We'll see if it holds up.
Oh yeah, it's going to hold up. You can't run it any better than this. That's quick, absolute strike. Well, maybe not. Giants looking at it.
Still looking at it, and they're going to look at it. Yeah, he's safe.
Wow, I thought he was hung out. This is a big play. I hope New York doesn't look at that one. This replay review is presented by Xfinity.
So you want them to only look at select angles.
Yeah. That's exactly
I agree
right.
with you. I'm all for that.
Well, they just replayed it here on the big screen, and everybody thought Crawford was safe. Yeah, I think you're right, partner. I think he's safe.
Crawford's hoping so.
Now, the closer the play, the longer it takes. So, Marty Foster on your left, Joe West, of course, on your right. All right, Joe. There you go. Thank you for sharing.
All right, good job, boys, in the clubhouse.
Sean Dunston, Chad Chop, at a bib.
High, 2-2.
So tough to lay off that pitch.
Ty Block is on deck. And another take, 3-2.
Another tough take. I mean, you could see why Mahle has averaged a strikeout an inning. I mean, he's really got some explosive teasers. And he's also got that fastball across the letters that he uses so well.
On the ground. Tomlinson out 6-3. Crawford goes to third. And now Ty Block can help himself.
Well, and that's the beauty of the play being overruled. It allows Block to get up this inning.
Block is 1 for 19. Does not have an RBI this year. and he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, with Madison Bumgarner on the shelf, I mean, Ty Blach is the best hitting pitcher on this team right now. Don't let that 1 for 19 fool you.
And this is going to end the inning. So the Giants waste a leadoff double. We'll head to the third. It's 0-0.
The authentic fan of the game. Fans are encouraged to enter to win online at www.nbcsportsbayarea.com/Giants AFOG. The fan who wins receives 2 tickets to the game on Say Hey Tuesday at Giants Price Pack, and will get to be on the broadcast. And the fans of the game, well, Yesenia Morales and her son Damian Reyes are here. So Yesenia and Damian, welcome. Huge Brandon Crawford fans. Oh yeah. The authentic fan of the game.
Say Hey Tuesdays. Here's Billy Hamilton to lead things off. Hamilton pops it out of play.
This is one of the interesting matchups tonight because of the lifetime success that Hamilton has had against Ty Blach.
So he falls behind. Hamilton does 0-2. Round 1. Block. Congratulate your graduate, the gift of Giants baseball. Tickets to 2 games and a class of 2018 Out of Here t-shirts. It's a perfect gift. Packages start at $49. sfgiants.com/grab.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that.
Remember, it can be a graduation of any sorts. Online traffic school.
Graduate. Cooking class. Graduate.
Down low to Jose Peraza.
Hey, Will Clark's here. Having a cold one. Enjoying the game.
And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Will Clark is in town.
Yes, he is.
He's here last homestand, and he will be here next homestand.
Chopper to Crawford. A big hop. 2 down. Yeah, we saw him reminiscing quite a lot with Reds broadcaster Jeff Brantley. Teammates twice.
Well, teammates at Mississippi State and teammates in the big leagues.
There's Will. Wilbur. Uncle Will. Noosh.
Nuschler. William Nuschler Clark.
Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Which the very first year we had Will in big league camp in 1986, we opened up the media guide. We looked at his info. And we found out that his nickname was Nuschler. And Bob Brimley immediately wanted to know what the heck is a Nuschler.
Does he still want to know?
No, he found out.
Down low, 1-2. Well, he definitely could give you the Nuschler look. Tapped. Tricky hop. Tomlinson not in time.
They're going to look at that one.
It's called by Doug Eddings.
Jesse Winkler runs well. The ball comes up on him, hits him low in the heel. Now it's down to a glove hand, and he still has to make the exchange. Not in time. That's a tough error.
That is a tough error.
And he almost made it back. If he could have gotten it to a bare hand instead of a glove hand, he'd have had a chance to get him.
Agreed. Be careful with Suarez. He drew a walk in the first. And it's a bit wide. 2-0. High and deep to left. Blanco back. Be careful with Suarez. Gone. And it's 2-0.
A little hang time on that breaking ball. And Suarez just went down and golfed it out of here. Take a look at the location. Yeah, this is the guy you do fear in any ballpark. He can get extended. He can do this. Home run number 7 on the year for Suarez.
Here's Jeanette, and he shoots one up the middle for a base hit. And that's 2 for 2. And here's Duvall.
You know, and right now Kelby Tomlinson is just grinding out there because, I mean, it was a tough play. He got a tough hop. But an error, the Reds have definitely taken advantage of it.
Duvall rolled out to Crawford in the first. Foul back. This was his home run last night.
Came in the 9th inning, a 3-run shot. Came off of the Jose Valdez. And I think that meant a lot to Duvall. I mean, this is the organization he came up with.
Skies this one out to center field for Jackson. And that'll end the inning. 2 runs on 2 hits and an error. Top of the order coming up. The first 20,000 fans are going to receive a 60th anniversary expandable backpack presented by See's Candy. And tickets are always available at sfgiants.com. Here's Blanco. Giants now trail 2-0. Blanco bunts it foul. Blanco had a good at bat, lined out to Duvall at first in the first. And they're going to talk to the umpires to see if Blanco got hit in foul territory or not. Jim Riggleman wants to know. Joe West says, Jim, you can come out, but please don't argue. I'm set in my ways.
Not reviewable. Now grab some pine. Now, if the ball hits you and you're out of that batter's box, you're out.
He was out.
And he was out.
Just by a little bit, but he was out.
He was OUT. Comes up and hits him right on the helmet. And he's out of the box. So the Giants catch a break.
1-2.
I mean, eventually that play is going to be.
Has to be reviewable. All of the plays should be reviewed. Down low, 2-2.
Jim Riggleman's perspective, at the very least, it's costing his pitcher more throws. The pitch count is an issue right now for Mahle. But you know what? It all boils down to what you do with the breaks you get. Do you take advantage of it? The Reds did the top of the second. They had an error. They took advantage of it.
Out of play.
And that is the difference in this game.
Got him.
Didn't call often, but he will call it. First strikeout of the night for Mahle. Right at the top of the strike zone.
Now that's the strike that Belt, he didn't call it on Belt.
But you know, it's more of a strike to Belt than it is to Blanco. I mean, one guy's 6'4", the other guy's 5'9".
And a strike to McCutchen.
Boy, they start McCutchen off with a lot of off-speed stuff in first pitch situations.
And it's caught by Peraza.
Well, we have said that a lot the last couple of weeks with Andrew McCutchen. He has hit into really bad luck, but he has been blistering the ball every night. 2, 3, sometimes 4 at bats. He'll hit the ball right on the screws. He doesn't always get hits, but he is lighting it up. He is senior sweet spot right now.
Here's Buster Posey. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Cove with company. 1-2 to Buster. Posey chops this one. Peraza throws him out, and that'll end the inning. Scott Schebler's going to lead things off. 2-0 Reds.
Most memorable tonight. Matchup goes to NBCSportsBayArea.com, and you can vote there, or you can vote on Twitter at NBCS Giants. Winner of this round will be announced tonight on Giants Postgame Live. Vote for your favorite moment between Game 2 of the 2014 NLDS against the Nationals. Pablo ties it in the 9th. Yusmeiro Petit 6 shutout innings, and then Belt's home run in the 18th, or Barry Zito and Ryan Vogelsong save the 2012 NLCS with dominant performances in Game 5 and 6 against the Cardinals.
Hit on the ground to Tomlinson.
This is the 2014 NLDS. Pablo Sandoval ties it up in the 9th inning. Giants losing. And Yusmeiro Petit got a quality start as a reliever. 6 shutout innings, and then Brandon Belt against Tanner Roark hits one up. And the Giants would cash in. What a night that was. And cold. Not the Giants clubhouse.
I don't think we've thought out since then.
No.
I know John Miller hasn't. John had his own little igloo up in our radio booth.
Hey, but you know, I mean, he never moved for 18 innings. I don't know if he could.
He did not. Up the middle, and it shoots by Crawford, and Cruz has a base hit.
Well, here's your other option. We go to 2012 NLCS. Barry Zito, Ryan Vogelsong, in dominant performances in Games 5 and 6 against the Cardinals. Barry Zito was brilliant. Remember in that game, he had a bases loaded, nobody out situation in St. Louis, and he didn't allow anybody to score. And Ryan Vogelsong, big game pitcher.
Matched him. And he being Mahle, bunts it foul.
We were getting to St. Louis in Game 5, and the Giants down 3-1. And as we were going into it, people were popping champagne corks out in front of the stadium in St. Louis. They were so sure that it was not going to come back to San Francisco.
And a good bunt. And Belt will play it straight. And down to second goes Cruz.
Stream the Giants on the go this season. Once again, you can stream every NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants games streamed on the go on the NBC Sports app. Check it out.
Here's Hamilton, who struck out in the third.
And we talked about the success that Hamilton had lifetime against Block. 5 for 6. Block got him in round 1 with a strikeout on 3 pitches.
Bluffs a bunt, takes a strike. Center field, and it's a flare. Ownage is ownage.
Well, indeed it is. And now we're going to watch a duel between Block and Billy Hamilton at first base. And Block is one of the best on this Giants staff at holding runners close. Not an easy guy to steal off of.
And a first pitch strike to Jose Peraza.
Well, Hamilton never got settled at first base.
He's picked off. Belt's got to go. And they got him. And that's going to end the inning. Reds pick up a run. It's 3-0.
Giants may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
All right, 2018 All-Star Teacher brought to you by Provident Credit Union. It is the 12th season of the NBC Sports Bay Area All-Star Teacher Programming, recognizing teachers that make a difference. Winner receives $20,000 for his or her school. Visit NBCSportsBayArea.com and vote. Here's Belt. 3-0 Reds, and the pitch. And Belt takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Belt drew a walk in the first. Belt, high drive to right. It is out of here. Into the water. 3-1.
They come in bunches.
They really do. It's unbelievable.
Well, a guy 6'4", you think you could pitch him in, but boy, He gets it going. He kills that pitch, and he doesn't hook and foul. He just leaks out over the plate, and he knew it. Boom. Home run number 8. And it got wet.
Muldowney sits up there, just waits for his chance. Our cameraman, and then he nails it. Out of play. Longoria trying to hit Muldowney.
There's Mike Muldowney.
1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, way to go, Mike. Every once in a while, waiting for you to screw up, and you haven't done it yet. Out of play again, 1 and 2.
Mahle coming right back at Longoria with a couple of quick fastballs. Let's take a look at the quickness of this stroke. Really not. I mean, both elbows were bent through the swing. I mean, he never really gets extended, but that's just great power using that back hip.
And another foul out of play. And a base hit. Is this in the alley? Winker's going to cut it off. Longoria's going to drop anchor. And now Crawford's coming up.
The 2-strike at bat.
Crawford with a line drive double up the alley in the second. And a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Kind of a gift strike.
One and 1 to Crawford. Blocked by Cruz. .66 pitches for Mahle here in the 4th.
Well, the Giants have put him in the stretch every inning, and they made him work. And you want to be 60 pitches at the end of the 4th inning.
2 and 2. Austin Jackson on deck. On the ground and a base hit. So Longoria moves to second. Crawford dug that one out.
Oh, and another good 2-strike at bat. Yeah, yes, he did. I mean, from Mahle's perspective, this ball is he's right there off the inside corner. That's where you want to pitch a guy with power. You want to jam him. And look at the bent elbows through, and that's a dig. So Danny Darwin going to come out and talk it over with his 23-year-old right-hander.
Let's take a look at our splash cam.
Now the exit velocity 100 miles an hour here at 363 feet. That'll put you in the bay. McCovey Cove. Another souvenir. Where's Dave? Where's McCovey Cove Dave?
I know. Too cold. Here's Jackson. 3 hits in a row, a home run, and back-to-back singles. Jackson popped out to short in his only other at bat. Here he takes high and wide, 1-0. Longoria and Crawford. On the bases in the 1-0 to Jackson. Here it is. And he flops that one in for a strike. So Mahle looking into Cruz. It's a ball and a strike. 2 balls and a strike.
Reds are getting pretty close to that point in the game where they have to open up a can of bullpen.
Good pitch, 2-2.
That's a pitch he didn't really have the first time through the lineup, a slider. He picked that up last inning. But he's been a 2-pitch guy, fastball, slider. I mean, he's got a curveball and a changeup, but we haven't seen it. But I don't think any Giants hitters up there looking for him with a fastball.
Foul in front of the Giants dugout. It stays at 2-2. Belt with his 8th of the year, which ties Longoria. Here it's 2-2 to Austin Jackson, who's trying to move the line along. And that's going to be out of play, just to our right.
Most consecutive games with home runs against the Reds, Giants franchise history. Melott, Orlando Cepeda, Tom Haller, and now Brandon Belt has joined the foursome. Joined to make it a foursome.
That's a good group.
That is. A couple Hall of Famers.
And a base hit to right field. And now Longoria decided to go, and he's going to get back. Yes, he does.
Maybe.
Unbelievable. I'm not seeing Suarez argue at all.
They're not gonna contest this. And he does indeed get back.
He made it back.
Well, you talk about the skin of his teeth. That is extending out as far as Longoria could go.
Good call, Mark Rippinger.
And another 2-strike base hit for the Giants this inning.
And the bullpen activity you're talking about is happening right now. And here's Tomlinson. It is a huge at bat because you got the pitcher on deck.
There you see the left-hander, Amir Garrett.
Tomlinson rolled out to short in the second inning. Here it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Does well with the bases loaded. 1-2.
Chasing that high fastball as Mahle climbs the ladder on him. Tough to lay off.
Yep, started to go. Eli Whiteside is working his way down to the bullpen. I'm just wondering if Tomlinson does not get the job done here, if Bruce Bochy is going to go with a pinch hitter. He might. 2-2 pitch. And a good swing and a foul back to spoil a good pitch. Mahle hasn't thrown many at 94, and he threw that one at 94.
Yeah, he's digging deep. I mean, he's competing right now. And that was a good fight him off by Kelby Tomlinson. A crossfire 94 line out fastball above the strike zone away. That's a tough one to get a piece of.
And another good pitch. Foul.
Ortiz Hernandez getting ready to do battle.
Got him.
So in the end, Mahle goes down below the strike zone, a 2-2 count. He had a pitch to waste, and he got Tomlinson to chase. Second strikeout. First strikeout tonight on a swing and miss strike 3. And what you're talking about is going to happen. Block's night is over, and Sandoval's coming up.
And the crowd seems to like this move. This guy, of course, pulled that out of his closet.
Yeah. So did this young man.
So as Longoria, Crawford, and Jackson are at the plate, or are on base, and Sandoval is at the plate. And it's wide, 1-0. This will be pitch number 84 for Mahle, and it's the 1-0 pitch coming up. Foul back, 1 ball and 1 strike.
He had a rip. He was on it. Not fooled by the off-speed pitch. That foot gets down. The hands stay back.
Two and 1 to Sandoval. There's Gregor Blanco on deck. On the ground and a base hit. 1 run scores. 2 runs scores. Sandoval comes through, and this game is tied.
4th hit of the year as a pinch hitter for Pablo Sandoval. And he goes down and takes it the opposite way. Always been a good low ball hitter. I mean, that's feed the panda right there. Goes down, head stays right through the swing. They give him a little room at third base, and he finds a hole in the shift. And that's going to be it for Tyler Mahle.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. start at 11:30. We'll have the game for you at 12:30. Giants Reds right here on NBC Sports Bay Area, also streaming live on the NBC Sports app.
New pitcher now for Cincinnati will be the left-hander Amir Garrett. Garrett, 25 years of age, a little less than a year's experience at the big league level. This is what he's done in 19 games. He's a converted starter, put in the bullpen. He's a three-pitch guy, got a good fastball that goes low to mid-90s. He's got a slider and a changeup. 26 strikeouts in 23 innings, just 22 base runners by way of the knocks and the walks. Former college basketball player, played at St. John's and Cal State Northridge. Good athlete.
I mean, he looks like Aroldis Chapman is what he looks like.
Big fella. I mean, he's 6'5", 230 pounds. Another young arm, as I mentioned, 25.
Blanco takes high, 1-0. Gregor's lined out to first, and then he struck out looking in the third. One ball and one strike. Bell led the inning off with a home run. Ty Block is now a spectator. Line drive, knocked down. Everybody's going to be saved.
Tell you what, Pablo Sandoval needs to be commended, because I mean, you're taught to freeze on a line drive. I mean, this is a great play from Peraza, the shortstop, to stop it. But think about Sandoval. You know, you're taught to stop on a line drive, but yet he still manages to find a way to get into second.
He did. Here's McCutchen, who's had the best at bats of the night, and he's got nothing to show for it. And a swing and a foul back.
First time tonight he's been challenged with a first pitch fastball, and he was on it.
McCutchen 3 for 5 lifetime against Garrett with a double and a home run. One ball and one strike. Jackson, Sandoval, and Blanco are your base runners. One and two.
What the Giants have done this inning in the 2-strike count has just been remarkable. Andrew McCutchen, 29 home runs against Cincinnati lifetime in 156 games.
Two and two. Giants have 6 hits in this inning. Here's Garrett's shot to throw what he wants. On the ground to third. Not in time. Giants take the lead. McCutchen can scoot, and he will pick up the RBI.
Anytime you have to go completely around the infield from third to second to first with a guy like McCutchen, even with a big backswing, I mean, he gets out of the box so well. And when you're sniffing an RBI, nothing makes you faster. And he indeed beats it out. The Giants take the lead. Let's watch him run. That's a lot of backswing. That's a lot of speed.
McCutchen with his 16th RBI. Sandoval moves to third. Giants have the runners at the corners. And Buster takes inside 1-0. Fastballs right up Buster Posey's alley.
He likes the hard throwers.
Into right center field. And that'll end the inning. Bell led off the inning with a home run, his 8th of the year. And it got the Giants going. It's bye-bye baby. Giants take the lead.
Major milestone last night when he recorded his 1,500th hit. I spoke to manager Bruce Bochy about what it's like to manage a player of that caliber, and he said he's been able to watch great players with tremendous talent from the other side, and you just hope they don't hurt you, but you respect what they can do. But when you get to manage one, that's when you really get to appreciate what they can do. He added that McCutchen is a 5-tool player. He's done a great job in right field for them so far this season, and he is really fun to watch on an everyday basis. Gentlemen?
Yes, he is. As Pierce Johnson throws to Jose Peraza. And a strike. When it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake expert.
You see the numbers for Pierce Johnson in 17 games, ERA of 5.03. Really had one bump in the road. That kind of bloated the ERA.
Yes.
What's the problem about being a reliever? I mean, that can happen to you.
I'll tell you when it was. It was in Philadelphia on Wednesday. How about this? 2/3 of an inning, 6 earned runs.
Well, that'll put you from a 2.0 ERA to a 5.0 ERA. There's Will Clark pumping up Ty Blach. Hey, you did good. You did good. We got the lead. You did good.
I'm looking at Ty Blach, and I think he's looking at Will like, I don't need this pep talk. I'm good.
You're going to get it anyway.
So just listen and say thank you.
That's right. I mean, but you know, Will always do that. I mean, he'll find the guy who perhaps has an 0 for 8 going, or just gave up 6 runs in 2/3 of an inning.
And on the ground to Longoria, who gets a big hop. No problem. 1 out.
Well, fans, it's the only homestand in May, so if you want to come to the yard, you're going to have to do it tomorrow and the weekend. And oh, by the way, the Colorado Rockies coming to town Thursday through Sunday, and on Saturday the 19th, first 20,000 fans are going to receive a Giants corduroy cap courtesy of Dignity Health. Tickets always available at sfgiants.com.
You know what? It's a pretty good looking lid.
It is a good looking lid.
Here's Winker. I'm into broadcasters wearing hats when they do play-by-play. 0-2.
Well, I think you're pulling it off.
Yeah. And it's corduroy. Can't beat corduroy.
Can't beat corduroy. Especially in this yard.
Hit well to left. Blanco back, and he puts it away. And here's Suarez. Eugenio Suarez hit a home run off a block in the third. I can see you rocking around town in this hat.
Yeah, corduroy hats. I'm into corduroy hats.
I don't think I've ever had a corduroy hat. It's a good one.
Yep. That was the Mother's Day hat.
Johnson runs that inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. That was a 2 flaps down lid.
That was this year's version of the 2 flaps down.
And a strike. 1 and 2. For the weather that we have here in the Bay Area, I don't think there's a more perfect hat or anything that you put on your head than, well, maybe not that, but the 2 flaps down.
I like the t-shirt. Let Pablo pitch.
2 and 2.
Can't argue with that.
I think people on Twitter would agree with you.
He is having a ball.
Yeah, plus his guy got a pinch hit, base hit to knock in 2 runs.
2 flaps down.
It's perfect for witness protection, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Three and 2.
Breaking balls tonight for Pierce Johnson. He's got 2 good ones. He's got a slider and a curveball. Both are swinging this time.
Oh, Mikey.
Well, speaking of the crab sandwich. I want to get that.
I want to get 2 of them.
Yeah, they're that good.
They are that good. Oh, that spoils a breaking ball. It stays at 3 and 2.
The chicken coop chicken sandwich. That's another good ad. It's not the first time she's made those.
Cha-cha bowl's still good.
Yeah.
Around for a long time. 3-2 pitch. Got him. Suarez knew it, and that'll end the inning. Shutdown inning for Johnson. Bell to lead things off.
Because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Giants with a 4-3 lead. And Brandon Belt's going to lead things off as Will Smith starts to throw down in the bullpen. Belt, Longoria, and Crawford facing Amir Garrett. And the pitch is down low.
It is a bullpen game for both clubs. Belt batting average over 300. On base percentage over 400.
Out of play. And these two guys taking a lap.
Yeah. Bumgarner and Mays. Lots of history.
Yeah, they'd had fun together, don't you think?
Yeah, they would have absolutely had fun together.
Another overshift for Belt. This was the home run that he hit.
Got a high fastball from Tyler Mahle and promptly put it in the bay. At the time, it was a 3-0 Reds lead. And that broke the ice for the Giants, and they would go on to score 4 in the inning and take the lead.
3 singles followed that. And Belt knew it. Warriors playoff central. Warriors and Rockets game 2 tomorrow at 4:30 on NBC Sports Bay Area. Warriors tomorrow. We get a nice doubleheader tomorrow with Bay Area Sports. Warriors and Rockets will play after the Giants game. Longoria singled in the 4th inning. And he takes a low 2-0. There's Will Smith. Swinging and popping up. Scooter Jeanette, but it's the right fielder Schebler, who had a lot of white shown in that glove, but he puts it away. So here's Crawford. Crawford's had a nice game. He's 2 for 2.
First got to the big leagues, and he did not match up well against lefties. And what he did was work his tail off to develop technique, and he wound up making that a strength.
Keep that right shoulder in.
Hits a lot of balls to left field off lefties.
Swing. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Okay, Amir Garrett, I mean, he's got good stuff, and he doesn't jimmy jack around. He's a get it and go guy too. It's a sign he wants to go.
On the ground and a base hit. So that's going to bring Jackson to the plate. Crawford's 3 for 3. Crawford's got a chance to be hitting 300 by the end of this game.
He's got a good hat going, and it always starts with balance. Gather and watch the throw. The elbow drops into the side, and it's just a rotation through the ball all in one piece. And you look at how defenses play him. I mean, they play him straight up because of how he's using all of the field.
Crawford scrambles back.
And he almost got picked off at second earlier in the game.
In the second.
See, that's a bad thing when you get over there and the first baseman is a former teammate of yours. You can get distracted.
Yeah, stop paying attention to the questions he asked. And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nope, 2 and 1.
A little bit low. I like your comparison, though. I mean, you said right off the bat that Amir Garrett reminded you of Aroldis Chapman, and he really does in stature.
Long arms, long legs.
I mean, he's got a healthy fastball, 95 to 97. I mean, it's not a Chapman fastball. It goes 100 to 105.
Driven to left. Winker's there, and he's going to make the catch to end the inning. Nice at bat for Austin Jackson. 6th inning coming up.
Toyota, let's go places.
Giants with a 4-3 lead. Will Smith, the new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Yeah, good to see the big man back after missing a year with Tommy John into his 6th game this year. He's out to a great start, 5 strikeouts, gets a couple of walks in 4 2/3. Odd that the lefties are hitting better against them than the righties.
Jeanette takes a strike. Of course, Red's very familiar with Will Smith. Smith having spent his previous years with the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League Central. And it's 0-2.
That's a good curveball. I mean, that is in bread and butter. This thing goes right at the right hip of Jeanette. And you talk about locking a guy up.
Got him.
So a 3-pitch see ya. So an 0-2 curveball. Throw it off the plate away, and Jeanette cannot hold up. And that's just an explosive break.
Here's Duvall. And Duvall takes wide.
Take a look at the motion. High leg kick. And again, for a big guy, get a real high 3/4 release. Gives him good tilt. He can lower that arm angle to flatten out that breaking ball, which is what he did on that 0-2 pitch.
Straightaway center field for Jackson. 2 outs.
Big changeup. And that changeup really is the neutralizer to right-handed hitters. It's one reason why he's not thought of as a left-handed specialist. He's a guy that can pitch a full inning, lefties, righties, and that changeup is a great weapon to get out right-handers.
Scott Schebler. Swing. Ain't gonna miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Such a good curveball. A big curveball like that. The thing about Will Smith is that he's got a nice feel with that pitch. Throws it first pitch 2-0. And for a big guy, 6'5", 250, that's saying something.
Out of play.
We haven't seen Scott Schebler late on many fastballs, and he was late on that one. Smith, a 5-year veteran.
This will be pitch number 8 in the inning. Look out. Wow. That was an ugly finder with Eric Ortega. That made us smile. Oh, and 2. And that'll end the inning on pitch number 9.
What an inning.
Tomlinson's going to lead things off. Includes a Giants Millennium Falcon t-shirt and a ticket to see the Giants take on the Rockies. sfgiants.com/special events. 4-3 Giants. Tomlinson. And then we're going to see a pinch hitter. And then we're going to see Gregor Blanco. And a strike from Amir Garrett. Was allowed a couple of hits. Got one strikeout. Tomlinson takes low. Tomlinson, there's Dyson getting loose. Struck out with the bases loaded in the fourth. And with that, Bruce Bochy felt like he needed to use a pinch hitter for block, and then Sandoval came through with the base hit. Another strike. That's 1 and 2.
Yeah, you're right. You can say the key word paid off. But Bruce Bochy would like to see the Giants tack on a few more runs. As it is, he's asking the bullpen to go 5 innings and protect a 1-run lead.
Quick pitch. 2 and 2.
Well within their capabilities, but I think the skipper would like to see a few more tallies up there on the board.
Yes. Tap foul. This is a hit by Pablo Sandoval. Watch how he goes down to get this.
If there's no shift there, it's a double play. The Reds really moved Suarez, the third baseman, off the line. Opened up a hole and Sandoval found it.
Out of play again.
Johnny Cueto on the mend.
Three and 2.
Cueto came up with the Reds. Great lifetime numbers pitching in a small ballpark for the Reds in Cincinnati. A lot of friends in that town for Johnny Cueto.
Tomlinson again chases ball 4. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, Dwayne. Well, Mike, you mentioned it. Adam Duvall, he thinks AT&T Park, the Giants, are pretty special. Why? Well, they drafted him back in 2010. He made his debut with the Giants in 2014. I talked to him about it today, guys, and he said he'll forever be grateful to the Giants organization for giving him a chance to play at this level. He also mentioned he loves coming back to San Francisco because he sees so many guys that he played with in the minors, like Kelby, Mack, and Panic, and then added he also is seeing guys that he played with as a rookie that were veterans, like Blanco and Pablo, and he loves that about the Giants organization. He also gave a shout out to the fans, said they're some of the best in baseball, very knowledgeable. Adam Duvall, good Giant, guys.
Indeed he was, and good for him.
Well, going back to Cincinnati, I mean, it absolutely has made his career, but he's taken advantage of the opportunity.
Marquis Hernandez ticks down low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Duvall's from Kentucky, just across the street from Cincinnati, across the river, I should say.
Beltai, strike, 1 and 2.
But as we say, he took advantage of it. Gets to Cincinnati and he's an all-star, Gold Glover. 2016 hit 33 home runs, 103 RBIs. Last year 31, 99 RBIs.
Two and 2. Gregor Blanco on deck. We're in the 6th. Down the left field line. It's not hit deep, but it's going to be in the first row. And then caroms out into shallow left field. Could possibly ask for the ball after you've missed it.
Well, he got it in the end.
And that's why he wanted it.
What if that little guy? There you go. Who's happier?
Dad. 3-2.
It's been fun to watch Gorkis Hernandez take his at-bats. I mean, he's really swinging it well. This is the most confidence we've seen him have. I mean, he really believes every time he gets in that batter's box, he's going to square something up.
And that's the, what? He called him out? He did? I was going to see that's the same pitch that Kelby Tomlinson had trouble with. There's Blanco.
Let's take a look from the side. Well, not from the side. Yeah. Joe West. Here's the look from the side.
All I would be upset about if I were Hernandez is not letting the first base umpire make that play. And a strike to Blanco.
But it is an umpire's prerogative. He doesn't have to ask. That plate umpire thinks he sees it. Your history.
One ball and one strike.
What a night for Will Smith. 9 pitches, 2 strikeouts, 1-2-3 inning. Welcome back.
Bunted foul. 1-2.
It's great to watch Will Smith. I mean, he's great in the clubhouse. He is as easy a guy to approach as there is in that clubhouse.
Yeah, he got quiet though for about 10 months.
Well, the Tommy John surgery will do that to you.
Yes, it will.
As he got closer and closer to the day when he's going to walk back out there as a big leaguer, the little kid, this guy, it really emerged.
Garrett strikes out the side on the same pitch. Dyson coming in. Block started, he's gone. Belt, 4th straight game with a home run against the Reds, and Sandoval's got the big hit, a 2-run pinch hit single. Suarez hit a 2-run home run, his 7th of the year, and the Giants with a 4-3 lead. Sam Dyson's the new pitcher when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake expert.
Numbers for Sam Dyson. He's knocked about 3 points off that ERA. And he's been really solid, consistent ever since he found his mechanics. 14 hits allowed to 17 and a third. And with his mechanics came back his movement, his location, and his velocity.
And he'll face Tony Cruz.
That, right out of bed, was 94-mile-an-hour heavy two-seam sink.
Foul back.
Hey, Pete Rose is here.
Pete. Oh, 2 to Tony Cruz. 0-3 to Tony Cruz. Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Alex Blandino is going to hit.
First time we've seen Blandino in the series. Blandino born in Palo Alto. I guess he was 0 for 1 last night. At the St. Francis High School in Mountain View.
And he takes a called strike.
And one of Dave Fleming's favorite athletes in the big leagues as he went to Stanford.
Tap foul, other than 2. So that last pitch at 95, and that's a good sinker.
And right at the knees. I mean, that's where it's the heaviest. But Dyson's not a one-trick pony. I mean, he can throw a curveball, slider, cutter, changeup. He's throw everything at you. It's just when his sinker is so good and he's got that type of command with it, Posey will ride it hard.
Low, 1-2. One out, Hamilton on deck. Blandino thought about it. It's 2-2. So Dyson looking into Buster Posey. Both ready. On the ground, fair. Over the bag at third. So Blandino's got a double.
Nice at bat. And, he's loving that, being able to do it in front of the hometown crowd. This is not an easy pitch either. I mean, he spins on a fastball. It's not land in fair territory. Doesn't have to. And the attempt from Longoria, I mean, he was playing well off the bag. Nice exposed the line. It might have been a hit if he was playing on the line. So a 1-out double.
Here's Hamilton. Hamilton with an RBI single in the 4th. And tight. Crawford will have to just let Blandino know that he's behind him. And the 1-0 to Hamilton. There's a strike.
Front door sink. It's the one, if you get velocity on it at 94, that thing's coming at you off the plate in, and you give up on it early because it's coming between you and the plate. And all of a sudden, here comes the movement back to the strike zone. And after a called strike 1, Billy Hamilton's got to cover that pitch now.
And a bit high to make it 2 balls and 1 strike.
Change the grip, threw a 4-seamer up. Movement coming into the left-hander.
Double look to second. 3-1.
Peraza on deck. A lot of pressure on the infield. When you have a sinker baller and you have a guy at the plate likely to put the ball on the ground who can fly.
Flips this one to Jackson in left center field. Jackson playing Hamilton perfectly. 2 down, and here's Peraza. Peraza is 0 for 3. And the pitch. And a called strike.
Boy, he is just taking that outside corner out beautifully with that backdoor sink.
We are in the 7th. Dyson working with Buster Posey. Perfect pitch, nothing in 2.
Well, comes right back and does it again. I mean, Posey knows that pitch is, when he's putting this type of location on it, that type of velocity, and the umpire's giving it to you, you got to go back out there again. Now you've come that way with movement coming into him twice. Now it sets up a little slider that goes the other way. You can lay it out there on that outside corner and hope he chases.
One and 2.
And there it was.
Dyson gets the sign from Buster Posey. Got him, and that'll end the McCutchen, Posey, Belt coming up.
Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store.
4-3 Giants, bottom of the 7th. And the new pitcher is David Hernandez.
Take a look at the veteran right-hander David Hernandez. 8-time he has come into a game. Great year going. 11 strikeouts and 3 walks in 9 innings.
And McCutchen a healthy rip. McCutchen's 0 for 3. He does have an RBI, and he's had good at bats.
Hernandez, give you a healthy fastball, go low to the mid-90s, curveball slider guy. Good breaking ball. How has he done against McCutchen? Well, McCutchen's faced him 5 times. He's 1 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. So I say right now it's advantage David Hernandez.
One and 2. Watson getting loose. Foul back.
It's a quick bat. You know, you look at the guy's track record and all of the Aprils that McCutchen's had in the big leagues, and he's never really had a great one. In fact, more often than not, he's had a bad one. But once he gets out of April, hey, different cat. And boy, has that scout report been good.
To left. Winker makes the catch. 1 out. And here's Buster Posey. Buster tonight is 1 for 3, singled in the first. Giants had David Hernandez in spring training last year. And he did not make the club. He ended up in Anaheim where he was awesome. Posey hits one off the end of the bat, but it's right at Schebler, 2 down. And that'll bring up Brandon Belt.
I think it was Neil Ramirez that won the job.
I think it was.
He and David Hernandez.
Yeah.
As you point out, he winds up with the Angels, and then now he's got a 2-year deal with the Reds.
Now, talking to the Reds broadcasters, they were saying this guy has really saved him. Belt out of play. Belt hit a home run, his 8th of the year, into the water in the 4th.
4th consecutive game in a row that he has hit a home run against the Reds. And that one got wet. 78th splash hit. Change up. That is spelt with his "I'm not a very enthusiastic hitter" look. Not after that pitch was called a strike.
Or, Joe, I'm not that big a fan. 1 and 2.
I think that's why that David Hernandez is going, what the heck, Joe? Hey, you win some, you lose some, Joe. David Hernandez thinks that's strike 4.
And he's not happy with Mr. West. And he let Mr. West know.
Well, Joe West is not a guy you want to show up. And for a pitcher to walk off, that'll definitely get some stank eye from Joe West.
Hit out to left. Deep but playable, and that's going to end the inning. 8th inning coming up. 4-3 Giants.
Williamson, he took some early BP today with Will the Thrill Clark looking on. That's a good sign right there. He's passed all baseball activity tests. Exertion tests are going very well. He's going to stay on this path this week. If he keeps it up, he could begin a rehab this weekend with AAA Sacramento per Bruce Bochy. Gentlemen.
Yep, that's good news. Amy with good news. Here's Watson facing Jesse Winker. And it's low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Tony Watson, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy. 18th time that he has come in, having a good, solid first half of the season.
Longoria is going to charge this one, 1 out.
Ball's not carrying to left.
Injury-wise, it's not good for the National League West. The Diamondbacks got very bad news today on A.J. Pollock. A fractured thumb. And you can see just across the board, the Rockies had DJ LeMahieu on the DL. He came off and then he went back on again.
Yeah, Justin Turner came off the DL today for the Dodgers,
along with Logan Forsythe, as there's a base hit. Blanco's going to try to cut it off. Here's his throw. It is not in time. So Suarez with a double.
2-hit night for Suarez.
I thought his ankle was hurt.
Well, I lost a paycheck.
Yeah, well, it's not 9 innings yet.
I bet he would not finish after he twisted his ankle back in the first inning.
He is still limping.
So they do make him like they used to. Yeah, don't need that.
Get it out of there.
Let's take a look. See if he's got any hitch in his get along. Like a pretty solid stride to me. Belly slide. Get up and start digging dirt out of your belt.
Scooter Gennett is 2 for 3. Will Smith struck him out in the 6th. And he shortened up the bunt, and I don't know why. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
I think he does that when he wants to take a pitch, just to bring in the third baseman in. I like the velocity on that fastball from Tony Watson. That was 93. That's about his top end.
And a strike on the inside corner. Here's the 1-1 to Scooter Gennett, and it's just wide. 2 balls and 1 strike. Adam Duvall is on deck.
Outside, inside, outside. That low 3/4 release. I mean, that is one of the things that makes Tony Watson special. See him grip the circle change. Changeup's a good pitch for him. 2 types of breaking ball. And the ability to throw anything at any time.
2-2.
But this at bat has been all fastballs. Talk about the low 3/4 release. Very similar to the arm angle that you get from Madison Bumgarner. Lazy arm delivery, and it gets on you quick.
Got him.
All fastballs. And in the end, Gennett looks back to Joe West and says, "Is that a strike?" And Joe West says, "No."
No.
They set the target wide. And it just, with a guy who has 4 pitches and he'll use them at any time, you have a tendency to forget about a fastball. If you're hitting left-handed off of Tony Watson, not a good plan.
Duvall is 0 for 3. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Shaving the corners right now. Look at 184. Yeah, you see that, but look at the 7 home runs and 20 RBIs.
This is dangerous.
Change up.
One and one to Duvall. No Joey Votto. foul. 1 and 2. Seagulls are starting to work their way in and thinking about it. Down the right field line and foul.
Ooh. I mean, I thought at the crack of the bat that was going to be fouled by a bunch.
I thought it was going to be in the seats.
And then I kept looking at Duvall. It kept going up the first base line. And how foul was it? Wasn't that foul?
See Buster in that familiar pose where he's thinking about what to call.
Well, he could go back foot with a breaking ball. He could throw a changeup out there with a little two-seam movement running away. He could come up and in with a fastball. He could try and cherry pick on the outside corner. If it's in the middle of the plate on a 1-2 count, it's a mistake.
Got him.
Good pitch.
Well, what was it?
Changeup.
2 strikeouts for Watson.
Every moment this season. Download MLB At Bat today.
Here's Hernandez facing Longoria. Giants with a 4-3 lead, and there's a swing and a foul back, and it's 0-1.
See it fouled straight back. The guy's on you. And Longoria was.
Giants had 6 hits in the 4th inning, and Longoria had one of those 6. Down the right field line, it'll be out of play. It's 0-2.
Hunter Strickland warming up. He will pitch the 9th inning.
And he runs that in tight. 1-2. Little check swing foul.
The cricket swing to stay alive. I wouldn't really call it an emergency swing.
No, wouldn't either.
They had that exit velocity at 41 miles per hour. I'm not making it up. It's on the board out in center field.
Into right center field. Is Hamilton going to get there? He does. Unbelievable. What a great play.
Well, he's amazing. And even when the guy who's hitting 216, you need him, especially when you come to a big yard. This ball is slicing away from him. And he lays out, and I don't think his glove was more than a foot off the ground when he makes this play. That is brilliant defense. Watches it right into the glove. It takes away at least a double for Longoria.
Crawford's 3 for 3. Crawford's 4 for 4.
Well, he's got to be getting close to 300.
I told you at the end of the day he was going to be at 300.
Well, all Giants games on NBC Sports Bay Area are streamed live on the NBC Sports app for mobile or tablet. Stream the Giants on the go, brought to you by your Northern California Honda dealers, your NorCal Honda dealers.
.290.
He's at 290 now. Oh, man.
Yeah, I did that in my head, believe it or not, while I looked at the scoreboard. Here's Jackson. Down low. Nowadays there are no secrets on that scoreboard.
No, you can't hide. Crawford, May 1st, was hitting 189.
So he likes May.
Yeah, he loves this May. I mean, if you're a hitter, it's just a lot easier to look at this scoreboard and see 290 than it is 189. Come on.
Absolutely. Crawford almost got picked off in the second, so they must think that they can get him. 9 for his last 12. On deck is Kelby Tomlinson. Right there, 2-1. Tap foul. 2-2. In the 9th inning for the Reds, it'll be Schebler, Tony Cruz, and then a pinch hitter.
Which will probably be Joey Votto if he can swing the bat.
Andy Peralta is getting loose.
You know, if you're an opposing manager like Jim Riggleman and you don't like a player, and we're not saying he doesn't like Brandon Crawford, I don't even think that's possible, but if you're a manager and you didn't like a player, you have the ability to have your pitcher throw over to first base 10 times.
And a ball.
Didn't stop. He did not come set. And that's a big mistake. That just turns that single into a double for Crawford. And more importantly, that could have been strike 3 to Jackson. You got to stop. And really, David Hernandez could, I mean, he could argue that, because you can't, if your hands are going down, if you bring them up, at some point you stopped. It's physics.
I totally agree.
That was a ticky-tacky call. But hey, Giants now have to take advantage of the break.
Crawford's going to go, and there's a bouncing ball.
Oh, he had that base stolen standing up. That was the jump of the year.
Yeah. Jackson is he can't take a pitch. He's got 2 strikes on him. But that's the jump Mike's talking about.
That is the jump of the year. And you're right. I mean, what Jackson's got to defend is 2 strikes. You're right.
Out of play.
Good swing. Shot at Jackson start to put a pretty good swing together in Philadelphia to take it into Pittsburgh. He's been grinding. It's great. He comes home from the game, and his wife, she played college softball. And they talk hitting.
Got him. Silent protest from Austin Jackson.
Take a look. Backdoor sinker at 92, and that is a pitcher strike.
Kelby Tomlinson is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Miguel Gomez is on deck. Opportunity for Kelby Tomlinson with Crawford at second base. Center field, base hit. Here comes Crawford. Hamilton's throw is offline. Tomlinson comes through, and the Giants take a 5-3 lead. Nice at bat.
That is a great at bat, and that salvages the night for Tomlinson, who had an 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. That is the add-on run that Bruce Bochy wanted. Sure, he'd take a few more, but that is a big 2-out knock. Breaking ball. He waits well, goes right back up the middle. And Ron Wotus takes on the great arm of Billy Hamilton without hesitation.
The balk, Mike.
The balk paid off, and that's how you take advantage of your mistakes.
New pitcher, a lefty. We'll tell you about him when we come back. It's 5-3.
Game 2 tomorrow, 4:30. And it'll be on NBC Sports Bay Area for the Playoff Central. Stick with them all season long. Coverage begins with a special edition of Warriors Outsiders. Then it's Warriors Playoff Central before and after the game. The home of the authentic Warriors fan is NBC Sports Bay Area.
Giants with a 5-3 lead, and it's Peralta, the lefty, to face Gomez, who's a switch hitter.
Manny Peralta's got good stuff. I mean, he's got a fastball that goes mid to high 90s, but you see 15 strikeouts in 19 innings, but 16 walks. He can get a wild hair up his nose. He's got a slider and a changeup to go with it.
Outside to Gomez. Just activated today.
Well, he can hit. Saw him last year. He was called up, and he was impressive until he got hurt, and the injury wound up taking him out the rest of the season. Switch hitter. He's got some pop. Hits the ball over, and Red's playing pretty much straight up. Good 2-0 changeup. Peralta. If you're stepping in against Peralta, you're not thinking about anything but a fastball.
Especially 2-0.
I mean, you're gearing up for mid to high 90s.
Backs it up.
So what do? You back it up. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
And that'll end the inning. Ninth inning coming up. 5-3 Giants. Strickland is into the ball game.
19th time he has come in. He's got 8 saves on the year, 19 strikeouts in 7 2/3 innings.
It's Scott Schebler who looks at a strike.
When you think about what the Giants have shown the Reds tonight, you know, they have had 5 relief pitchers after 4 innings from the start by Ty Block, and 4 of those relief pitchers have closed games out of the big leagues.
On the ground up the middle. Backhands it. 1 out. Tucker Barnhart is going to pinch hit.
Let's take a look at Kelby Tomlinson, alias Specs, going to his right. Nice play.
Barnhart hit a home run in the game last night. And a pop-up out of play.
Well, he got what he was looking for. He was gearing up for a fastball.
Here's Votto. Belt. 2 down.
90-mile-an-hour changeup and a good one with 2-seam movement. And what that turns out to be is a nice ground out pitch, especially to lefties.
So here's Votto, who did not obviously start the game. He's a guy that plays every day. Dinged himself yesterday.
He had tightness in his lower back. He's not a guy that misses many games.
No. To the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes.
One of the biggest choke ups in all of baseball. It's about a 4-inch choke. Maybe 3 inches.
I think it was more yesterday, to be honest with you.
Wouldn't be the first time I've lied about 4 inches.
1 ball and 1 strike.
That's about 3-inch choke.
One and two.
A changeup. That's a neutralizer right there. That's a pitch that has really allowed him to close, especially to elite hitters like Joey Votto.
Foul.
Got Buster Posey good. I think he may have caught him in the shoulder, maybe even around the neck. And that was 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And Joe West going to give Buster all the time he needs.
So is Votto.
Votto looked in immediately, and I think he was reacting to the noise he heard from Buster.
Shoulder, mask.
Yeah, jaw, clavicle. It rocked him.
Backup catchers do. They get ready for anything. Wes asks Votto to come in, hit 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's the ball game. Woo. 97 down and in. And Strickland strikes out Votto. And game 2 in this series, it goes to the Giants, and they do it with a very strong performance by the bullpen.
Bullpen really was exceptional tonight. I mean, 5 solid 1-inning appearances from Pierce Johnson, Will Smith, Sam Dyson, Tony Watson, and it ended up with a 1-2-3 dominant close job by Strickland. And from Bruce Brosy's perspective, when you can hold a team like the Reds down with 5 innings and a 1-run lead and cash it in, that's a great win.
So the Giants now will go for the sweep tomorrow afternoon. But first, the final score here on this Tuesday night: the Giants 5 and the Reds 3. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Giants post-game live presented by Toyota, which is going to start right now.